So I just recorded probably like 7-8 minutes of this and realized that my microphone was not recording. And you know, this happened to me last year when I did a school update, and I'm not letting it happen again. I had remembered that I had done a school update last year because I had a lot of like updatey things, because freshman year was just like a dumpster fire. Not as much happened, but we still gonna do a little update because I really haven't posted videos because I'm apparently incapable of making videos during school year. Maybe that'll change, but realistically, let's be real. See, now that I had to restart, I'm trying to remember. Obviously, I did not transfer this year. I stayed there the whole year. I did come home every weekend, but like, don't judge me. That's that. I don't know why I was so defensive about it. I apologize, got a little heated. Let's get into it. I really know how to intro my videos. The first recording of this wasn't good either, so like, it is what it is. Fall semester, nothing really crazy. I took a video class. This college's video production 1, which I took freshman year at the other college, but it didn't quite connect, or like credits, whatever. It wasn't awful. I didn't mind going. It was slightly different. It wasn't bad. I also took a copywriting class, which don't know if I'm gonna really be a copywriter. Also didn't fully know what copywriting was. Realized it's making like writing scripts for ads, TVs, and doing like social media posts and stuff. And I got 100% on that final project, and my high school self would be very proud because the only other 100% presentation I did was on the movie Land Before Time. Literally best presentation of my life. I can't beat it. And then I took this practicum class. It's kind of like an internship through the school. That's how I like kind of see it. It was like 40 hours working on the TV station on campus, and mainly did like camera work, like camera operating for different sporting events. Of course, I got the most annoying football game. Usually they like to keep the football crew the same, but one or two people had already got the hours they needed, and I needed hours because it was snowing half the time and then stopped snowing, and when it was snowing you couldn't see shit. And I was on top of the stadium, like on the roof, and being that zoomed in, I had no idea where anything was. But I got very complimented by the student director that does football, said that I did it better than the person who usually did it. So, because then I did the basketball game and they're like, I want you on this specific camera because I know you're good at it. I'm like, thank you. It was fun. I could definitely see myself doing different sports, like camera operation stuff in the future. What else happened? Hi, this is Editing Emma. I realized that I never mentioned Halloween, where me and my brother dressed up like, I was about to say Shark Boy and Lava Girl, goddamn, as Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Oh my god, and Barnacle Boy. Some of the fun little pictures we took. Yeah. Obviously, no roommate drama this semester because I was in a single dorm this year. Except I forgot to mention this. I'm probably yelling right now. Sure. First semester, my neighbors, the 4, perfect. No one was loud, nothing. It was like I had nice neighbors. I had met my neighbor like once because I got locked out of my dorm. I forgot about that too. I locked myself out of my dorm one time, and of course it was the time that both of my RAs were not in the building. I didn't have my phone with me. I was like, what am I gonna do? My neighbor walked out because they had seen me standing out there right before I had noticed that I was locked out, and so they came out and they're like, are you good? Because the front desk was closed too, because I went down there and nobody was there. I was like, of course it happens. So they let me use their phone to text the RA, and they were at an event, and the RA literally was like, come to the event. Like, no, I'm in my pajamas, I'm in shorts, it's freezing outside, and I don't want to go sit through a boring thing just so you can let me into my dorm. Like, I have work to do. But it was just such like, of course this happened. Like, of course the one time I forget my key, literally no one is there. I did not know what I was gonna do. Editing Emma again. I totally realized I never went back and talked about my second semester neighbors. So that nice girl that helped me moved out. A guy moved back in and had a bunch of friends over all the time, and they were like trying to be Twitch streamers. It was a little cringy, but literally they were the loudest people in the world. My RA yelled at them constantly, and they were just very noise complaint prone. And yeah, one day they smashed a mirror on accident. So yeah, back to the video. So that was traumatic. I'm all over the place. We don't need to talk about it. My brother's girlfriend goes to the same school as me. We're the same year, and she had searched with 2 other people, found a house to live on for our junior year. But those 2 people, one transferred and one I think decided to become an RA. So she had 2 spots unfilled. She had asked me if I wanted to live, so literally didn't have to do anything. I literally just had to say yes. Like, I literally had to do nothing, and now I have a house next semester. So that's cool. So second semester starts. I literally go back to school, and maybe I go back to school on the Monday. That like Tuesday or Wednesday, after I'm at school, away from my family, my nephew decides to start walking. Like, you couldn't really either wait a couple more days till I was there, coming home that weekend, or you could have done it a couple days before. Like, I swear he barely walked, he ran. So because I go home I went home like every weekend. When I'd come back, my brother had an apartment, so I'd pick my brother up, he'd bring me to my dorm, and then he would take the car back to his One day, I was waiting for him in his parking lot, so I turned the lights down and put them on like parking lights or something. Well, I didn't turn them back on when I started driving, so I got pulled over. On campus. First time ever getting pulled over. I was like, I don't know what I did, and luckily I was with my brother. He was super nice. And he was like, oh, I think your lights are out. And I was like, I tried to explain to him. I was like, I had him on parking lights instead of like normal headlights. I realized like I'm in the wrong whatever, so I had to give him my license. He checked it out. He was all cool. He was like, yeah, it looks good. Drive safe. Have a good day. I was like, initially I was so stressed and anxious. Like, I unbuckled my seatbelt. I was like, oh shit, I gotta rebuckle this because he's gonna walk up. I was a mess. My brother witnessed it. If I was alone, it would have been worse. I pulled over for the first time because my stupid headlights weren't on. Whatever. It happened. I'll get over it. I forgot where it was. Took a 3D art class because I needed an art class. That class was like damn therapy. Literally everything, every art project we did, whatever they either needed the most in-depth explanation for what you did. The person before me was like, this is what I was going for, and this is kind of what I was feeling going through it. Me, I was like, I don't know, I just kind of did it. And then the person after me was such like an in-depth, like the multiple people after me were like, you know, this happened in my childhood. I'm like, this is day 1. Last day I wasn't even like giving them nothing. That class was insane. I made a replica of my shoe. Maybe I'll put a picture in. I made a whole replica of a shoe that I owned out of tape. Literally an entire shoe. That was the best thing I did. I did the stupid astronaut helmet thing that I hated. No offense to me, I hated it. Didn't go in on the day we were supposed to present them. She slightly yelled at me and then like said, oh, other art teachers wouldn't accept this. Like, be careful in the future. Literally, this is the only art class I'm ever taking. So, no. And then I did this, which I thought it turned out pretty cool. It was a lighthouse, that you held. I'll put a picture in. I think I have some. If not, I'm gonna have to retake them. But I thought it turned out well, and her only comment about it was like, if it was to be like presented and like it couldn't stand on its own, to like fix it, and I BS'd it and said, yeah, I'll do that. No, I won't. Let's just, Mac's first birthday it also happened this last semester. I got him a little Target shopping cart that he loves, thank God. He has got this bumper buddy from his other aunt. I just don't have that kind of money. But It's like a Roomba for a child to sit on. He's so old. Once in a while, he just looks so big. I'm like, you're literally a child. You are a little more than a year old. It's just crazy. It's so crazy. They grow up so fast. My brother graduated college from the same college I'm going to. And now he's like an adult or something. It's kind of gross. We went on vacation. I'm gonna do a little. Did a little vacation vlog. I have to edit it together, but it's a lot of Mac, of course, because it was first vacation. But it was really fun. Found out I have a fear of birds a little more than I thought I did. Literally in the buffet area and like the food, like where you'd sit down and eat, the birds were fucking swooping way too close, and there's too many of them, and I might have cried once or twice or more than that. It's these damn like black beady-eyed birds, and they're just like staring at you, just like a lot of fun, a good vacation off. I want to go back without the birds, definitely. It was like killed it at times. Vacation was very fun, very relaxing. Sad I'm back, and had to go to like real life. And then I guess present day, I am currently in an internship for a baseball team. I'm a webcast intern, so I do webcast, like live stream stuff and commercials for the team. Is a process. So weird things keep happening. So our first two games, we had a rain delay, so we were there till midnight. We didn't leave till midnight, which sucked. And then one of those nights, the sprinklers went off just in the middle of it at like exactly at 11. So they're probably on a timer. So exactly at 11 they went off, and it was just I was like, of course this isn't gonna happen. And then yesterday we were going, and we were winning. Where it was like 5-0. We were winning, and we're in the 9th inning. So in our heads, we were like, we only have half an inning left, and then we're good. We're done. And literally, we said it, and we had said stuff previously, and we're like, oh, we better knock on wood. We do not want to jinx this. That time, whatever I knocked on must not have been wood, because the entire stadium all of a sudden just lost power. The room we were in, the tiny room we were in, everything turned off. It turned on pretty quickly, but I was like, we both just looked at each other like, it was just a slight mess. No matter, like, we always have to run into issues. Like the first game, we didn't have an announcer because we didn't have the right cords, and then the cameras, literally the first couple games would just like go out because the cords are shit, and we've been on a roller coaster. But really, right now, I could see myself doing more camera operating as, like, a job in the future. So that's cool. And, like, this is kind of, like, get through, pay my dues kind of thing. This internship low-key sucks at times. And communication is pretty shitty. But getting through it and having that on my resume and getting the school credit is worth it. I guess that's kind of caught you up on my life. Love living life. That was my sophomore year. Not eventful, but not as dramatic as my freshman year, for sure. School was just school, like classes and whatnot. There was no real drama, which I love not having drama. Yeah. So I don't know how I wrapped this up last year. I really should have watched what I did last year. Shut up, please. Hopefully you like my update, and hopefully I get to do more stuff somehow this summer. Oh, if you are curious about I don't know, you can ask me questions in the comments. I'm trying to be interactive. Isn't that what I think that's what YouTubers or influencers are supposed to do? So if you have any questions about my year or want to know anything, go ahead and leave a comment, and maybe I'll do a little cute Q&A. Yeah. That's it. I gotta go get ready now. Woohoo!